Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is race number 7 in season number 1 of the Wawa Pro Series, and we are here for the Carolina 100K. 42 laps of action around this mile-and-a-half racetrack, and it should be an interesting one here today. Only our second mile-and-a-half racetrack of the season. These mile-and-a-half races tend to be some of the best here in NRs we have had over the past few years. Anyone can win, but passing isn't as easy as it is as we had at our last race at Talladega. We'll say that much. Should have a great race here tonight for this Carolina 100K. 42 laps for this one. And we will have a cycle of pit stops at some point throughout the event tonight as well, and that could definitely play into effect. Of course, last night, Jesse Turner won his 23rd career race on the channel as he won the 13-lap sprint race that we did. Logan Williams finished second in that, and then Noah Clifton received the championship point. He extends his points lead by 3 ahead of Will Parrish coming into this race. 67 points for Noah Clifton coming into this one. 10 points behind is Jesse Turner, who has a very good opportunity getting his 24th career win and taking that points lead heading into the next race. Seth Cole 22 points behind, Nathan Orman 24 points behind, and Hunter Braxton with an opportunity, our last winner here in the Wawa Pro Series, with an opportunity at tying for the points lead. Actually, he actually could take the points lead if he gets the fastest lap and the win here today, and Noah Clifton fails to receive any championship points. So those are all the drivers who have the opportunity at taking the points lead here in this race. And as the season goes along, we're not even halfway through this season yet, that points battle is going to spread out even more, and we're going to start to see guys really pull away in this championship. And it's very possible that those two guys could be Clifton and Parrish, but Jesse Turner has also been a very strong driver this season. One thing about Will Parrish, though, he has pointed in every single feature event this season. 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s, a top 10 for every race so far. Will he make it 7 in a row to start the season off and even possibly take the points lead away from Noah Clifton at the end of the night? Of course, we have all those guys who are starting relatively close up front, but the driver starting on the pole is the number 12 of Zach Winkle, who had the fastest lap in the sprint race last night. Of course, another driver had a fast lap, and a very fast race was Jesse Turner, who won that sprint event last night, which I actually recorded like a week ago, so you know how it is around here. Points leader Noah Clifton looking to extend his points lead. He got a point last night in the sprint race. He's to the inside of Brennan Wilmington there. Nathan Faden and Nathan Stabler make up row number 3. You got Brandon Nelson and Nathan Ormond. Then Dan Park, Logan Williams make up the top 10 starting positions here. You have Dylan Young, Chris Reynolds back in there. Actually, Will Parrish and Chris Reynolds. Then you have Dylan Young and Seth Cole, William Brock and Thomas Troxel, Trey Wright, Priya McShane, Christian Master, Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan Durrani, Ethan Lewis, and Vlad Prescott, and our last winner, Hunter Braxton, starting at the back of the field. It'll be interesting to see how those guys in the back fare in this race, if they can work their way up front. Only 42 laps. This is a relatively short race. It won't go as fast time-wise as our last race did at Talladega, but we'll be out of here pretty quickly, as we usually are in these Wawa Pro Series races, so it should be an interesting one. The pace car is down the pit lane. Zach Winkle and Jesse Turner lead us to the green flag. We are underway here in the Carolina 100K at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Zach Winkle able to utilize that inside lane to his advantage and lead the first lap of action here at Charlotte. Noah Clifton right behind him, Nathan Faden in line. As the night goes along, we may see that outside lane work in a little bit, but Turner wasn't able to get that run on Zach Winkle, and he is still stuck on that outside lane, falling back a little bit in the number 17. But Clifton looking to get an advantage here on Zach Winkle, looking for his 3rd win of the season as well. Winning races at Daytona and Indianapolis earlier this season, and gets a win at Charlotte. That's 3 of the most famous racetracks on North America. It would be interesting if Clifton were able to pull that off, at least in terms of oval racing, I should say. There are a lot of other famous racetracks that are road courses, and we'll be going to a couple of those this season, as we already have gone to a road course this season. Top three pulling away significantly right now, and they're all staying in line as well. At least they were. Nathan Faden looked a little bit to the inside. I know Clifton did not get anything to work right there, and those three guys actually stay single file like that. They're going to pull away from the rest of this field, and it's going to be difficult for anyone else to catch up to them. Turner continues to fall back. I think he's finally found the inside lane. That's a common occurrence on that outside lane at a lot of the racetracks we go to here in the Wawa Pro Series. Of course, Turner is going to go now 3 wide to the inside of Stapleton and Dylan Young. That is, I do believe, we'll see as the ticker updates right here, that is for the 7th position right there. Dylan Young's going to hold on to it. Trey Wright moving his way on the inside lane right here. And then you got Ryan Durrani coming up here in the 41. Zach Winkles led every lap so far. Nathan Faden was able to get around Noah Clifton, but Clifton looking to take it back away from him. And you got Will Parrish right up here as well. So the two guys who are up there in the point standings, only 3 points behind each other, are right inside the top 5 here on lap number 6 of the Carolina 100K at Charlotte. Faden's going to get into the outside wall. He really overshot the corner as Will Parrish went 3 wide for second. And somebody almost going around in the back. That's Ethan Lewis and Zachary Fitzwater who got into it in the back of the field, but they keep it together for now, and we are still green here at Charlotte. It's a little bit of an antsy racetrack, but I like it. It's a lot of fun coming here to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We had some great races here in the Turkey Hill Series and the Cup Series back in the day. Those were some good races, and definitely was looking forward to this one here in the Wawa Pro Series. A lot can happen in this one. But it's only 42 laps, so it's a pretty short race, and these guys know they got to get up to the front if they're going to get anything to go their way. Look at the fastest lap right here. Dan Park, who has yet to point in a feature event this season, currently top 10, and also looking to grab the fastest lap of the race. He does have to finish top 10 in order to receive that bonus point, however, so we will have to see if he can hold on to this top 5 run that he currently has right now. Brandon Nelson up here as well. Noah Clifton looking to get a run here on Will Parrish, but he's unable to get it as they're single file throughout the top 9. First double wide battle, Brendan Wilmington, Vlad Prescott. Wilmington has not had a good season, only 8 points on the year so far for Wilmington, but he could easily double that with a top 5 run here tonight. Nathan Stapleton also has had a relatively tough season as well. He's only got 21 points on the season so far, but 3 top 10s in these feature events, so he has pointed in half of the races so far this season. Oh, this could get a little interesting right here. Durrani's going to go around, and that's going to bring out the yellow flag, and William Brock came back up on Priya McShane, and somehow they avoided major contact. But that's an unfortunate one right there for the 41 of Ryan Durrani, who got stuck in a 4-wide situation and then just could not hold it. I believe it might have been Vlad Prescott in the middle of that with William Brock there, so a little bit of damage on some of those guys, a lot of damage on Priya McShane. That's an unfortunate one for her right there. It's going to take McShane. I think that may take McShane out of contention. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to continue after that one. Durrani there, he's all torn up as well in the 41. Going to be a team owner in the Haas IndyCar Series this year with a Haas car. And he drives the Haas car here in this series. I just now realized that may be why he chose Haas as one of his sponsors for his team. The fuel window, I do believe, I can't remember it. I think it's actually about 30 laps, and they're coming down with 31, or should I say 32 to go right here, so this could get a little interesting. I'm pretty sure it's a 30-lap fuel run for these guys, though. I think that's what we generally aim for here in this for these 42-lap races. So it can definitely get interesting down the line if we don't have another caution. There's a good chance we will have another caution in this race. We'll just have to see, but this could become a fuel mileage race if these guys do, in fact, have a 30-mile fuel window. You will see that fuel window at the beginning of the show, so you guys already know it there. I don't at the time of recording this. Winkle's going to win the race off. I think Parrish might beat off Clifton there. They had a little bit of contact coming off their respective pit stalls. Trey Wright, Brandon Nelson, and then Turner's going to lose a bit of ground right there. A bit of a slow stop for him. McShane's going to get back out there. William Brock, the only one actually still on the pit lane, but he's also going to get off. And William Brock is interesting. This is his best racetrack by far. As a matter of fact, I do believe William Brock has won in all 3 of the major series, at least the old major series, Cup, Turkey Hill, and the Truck Series. I believe he's won a race in all 3 of those series here at Charlotte. And most of his wins have come at Charlotte. Actually, it was one point where all of his wins, his only wins, had come here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And you got to remember, too, William Brock almost won Daytona earlier this season. He's not been able to rebound from that. He's only got 31 points on the year, and I do believe those 31 points came in the first 2 races of the season as well. So we'll have to see if he can rebound. I mean, he does appear to have a pretty solid race car right now, so we'll just have to see if that works out for him. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ryan Durrani going around. We'll have to see what he can do, the rebound in this race as we get back to green. But first, let's see what happened to him to bring out the first caution of the night here in the Carolina 100K. You're going to see right here, Vlad Prescott's up top. William Brock, I think, is the one, though, who comes in just a little too hot on Ryan Durrani. And Durrani actually got in the Prescott. Durrani also came in hot. It came back down on William Brock. 41 went spinning. William Brock tries to stave it, and it's a little difficult to do that here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Comes right back up, and a hard hit for Priya McShane. She's going to hit the outside wall hard, and William Brock going to get a bit of a tap there from Troxel, but that was it. Could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, everyone slowed up in time and no major contact, but tough break for especially Priya McShane. Everyone's still going to be in the race, but don't think any of those guys are going to get any championship points here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You can see right here as we follow with William Brock. Durrani just got in the Prescott, and Brock tried to save it, couldn't do it. And McShane's going to get a bit of damage right there. Minor incident all around, but going to give us a chance to catch our breath right there. Zach Winkles at every lap so far here tonight in this Carolina 100K. See what he does in the restart here at Charlotte. Back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, 7th race of the season in the Wawa Pro Series. And we're going to restart on lap 14 of 42 here in the Carolina 100K. Zach Winkle won the race off the pit lane. He has led every lap so far in this race. Will Parrish, though, right behind him, looking to get his first win of the season after pointing so far in every race this season. Noah Clifton, our points leader there in third. Then you got Trey Wright, Brandon Nelson, Dylan Young, Vlad Prescott, Nathan Stapleton, Thomas Troxel, and Hunter Braxton, who started last for this race. He's found himself in a points-paying position early on in this one. Everyone's still on the racetrack, all 24 drivers on the lead lap after that spin. I don't anticipate too much of an issue with Durrani, McShane, and William Brock, at least not compared to the issues we saw at Talladega. Let's say that much. Zach Winkle with a good jump here on the restart. Dylan Young going to grab a position right there on Brandon Nelson. You got Vlad Prescott there. You got Nathan Stapleton. Thomas Troxel on the inside lane as well. Here comes Trey Wright looking to the inside of Noah Clifton as well. And that number 23 machine's going to have a good advantage. And here comes Will Parrish. Winkle did not get into the corner well, and Will Parrish is going to lead a lap here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And you got some 3 wide back in here as Hunter Braxton moves to the inside of Troxel and Brandon Nelson. And this may be where we see that outside lane actually work. Nelson way up there, and he may be able to get the advantage and clear Braxton and Troxel heading into turn number 3. Going to be close. I don't think he's going to be able to clear the one machine, but you saw how it worked right there. Trey Wright going to move up to second. And now you got Vlad Prescott going 3 wide for the race lead all of a sudden. And Parrish is going to barely lead that lap. But 3 wide for first here in the Carolina 100K, and Vlad Prescott's going to take the lead on lap 16. Haven't seen much of Prescott this season. It's been a bit of a tough one for him there. 19th in points, only 14 points on the season. Here comes Trey Wright, though, who's going to take the lead right back away from him. Trey Wright did get a win in one of the sprint races, I believe, at Willow Springs. Now you got Winkle back on the inside. That's worked out pretty well for the 12 machine. You got Clifton here, Braxton as well. Nathan Stapleton, they're just all on each other right now. Everyone's on a fresh set of tires here, and I think that is definitely affecting how well these guys are running. Hunter Braxton to the inside Started last. He's now in a podium position, looking to get 2 wins in a row. And if he were to win this race and both Clifton and Parrish to fall outside the top 10, Braxton may very well get the points lead. Ethan Lewis currently has the fastest lap, and he's also inside the top 10 as well. Prescott continues to fall back as Winkle has reasserted himself back into the lead. Watch out for Ethan Lewis right here. Nathan Orman, Chris Reynolds on that inside lane. A lot of guys moving their way through the field here who we have not seen too much of this season. Oh, and we got some contact between Clifton and Braxton, and that was almost a massive wreck right there. But thankfully, they saved it. Clifton really had to let off there, and he's going to lose a lot of momentum. And now the top 2 have pulled away between Trey Wright and Zach Winkle. Got Vlad Prescott there now in 4th, and for the race lead, Trey Wright to the inside of Zach Winkle. And the number 23 looking to take this away, and I believe he's going to grab it right here. Hunter Braxton there, Vlad Prescott in the number 8. Speaking of his theoretical teammate, Will Parrish, he actually has fallen outside the top 10 here. Got Zachary Fitzwater moving up on the inside lane. Jesse Turner as well. Both of those drivers have had a lot of success here at this racetrack. As a matter of fact, both of those guys went for an all-star race win back in 2020, almost 2 years ago. Trey Wright up front in the number 23. Zach Winkle in 2nd. And you got Hunter Braxton in 3rd. Looking to grab 2 straight podiums and also looking to grab 2 straight wins. Ethan Lewis up here as well in the 20. And look at this. This is definitely a bit of a log jam. Someone had to check up into the corner. Jesse Turner in the middle right there as Orman had the outside lane advantage. Here comes Logan Williams, who finished 2nd yesterday in the sprint race. And he's also going to slide up right here. That's what happens with guys on the inside. They slide up and sometimes they just lose the traction into the corner. Hunter Braxton here, though, for 2nd on Zach Winkle as Trey Wright continues to pull away from the field here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now, the big question is, will they have enough fuel in the tank? Oh, and around Christian Master. I think that'll answer our question. And then Seth Cole's going to get tagged. Dan Park and Brennan Wilmington also getting caught up in that one. Well, fuel won't be an issue here tonight, as we just had our 2nd caution of the race here in the Carolina 100K. Trey Wright wins the race back to the line. Zach Winkle, Hunter Braxton, Vlad Prescott, and Ethan Lewis. So these guys can come down right here, top off, and that'll be it for the rest of the night in terms of needing any more fuel. Tough break for those guys in the back of the field, and Dan Park will once again go without receiving any championship points in a feature event. That's quite a bit of damage there. Seth Cole kind of lost control there and came back up on the field. Very similar to that first accident. Master went around. Actually, hardly any damage on the 14, just like it was with Durrani in the first spin. Well, the field's going to come down here. Trey Wright, Zach Winkle, Hunter Braxton, Vlad Prescott, and Ethan Lewis, the top 5. We'll have to see who gets the advantage off the pit lane. Trey Wright kind of qualified in the middle of the field for this race, so he's kind of in the middle of the pit lane here. He might not have quite the advantage that pole sitter Zach Winkle has in that number 12 machine, having that first pit stall. This could get interesting. Winkle looks like a maybe Hunter Braxton, who has the last pit stall, who I believe won the race off the pit lane. Trey Wright, who was the leader, fell all the way back to 5th. It didn't work out too well for the number 23 machine there. Nathan Faden now in 4th. Ethan Lewis going to be 6th. You got Vlad Prescott in 3rd. Chris Reynolds, Nathan Orman, Zachary Fitzwater, Noah Clifton, the top 10. One guy who's been struggling on pit lane tonight is Jesse Turner, no doubt about it. He has lost a lot of ground on the pit lane here tonight in this race. Got some damage, I think. That's McShane, I think I saw there in the 42. Obviously, she had the damage from the prior incident. And you see the damage on Dan Park from this last incident that we just had. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the 2nd caution of the night here in the Carolina 100K at Charlotte. Beep, 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 beep. So you see right here, it's very similar to that first incident. You got Nelson all the way up top here. Yeah, Fitzwater really up top there. Master's kind of in the middle here. Actually, I think the guy who has the issue, though, is Seth Cole. Seth Cole's way down in the... Actually, no. Brandon Nelson came up on Fitzwater, and Master was just the innocent victim right there. And then Seth Cole had nowhere to go. And he got a little squirrely because of the 14. Actually, he just came back up there and did not realize that Brendan Wilmington was there. And then Dan Park, who's going to go yet another race without any championship points, getting the worst of this one. Yeah, that was kind of on Seth Cole. He should have just stayed in his line, but he came up trying to avoid Master, and there was no room to go up for him. Tough break there for the Willow Springs winner, who came into this race 4th in points. I mean, still a very good contender for the championship, but he's going to lose a little bit of ground tonight, I think. Especially if Clifton or Parrish finish inside the top 10 as well. 4 wide off the corner just simply doesn't work. Nelson and Fitzwater do not have enough room, but they actually avoid anything from it, really. This Master goes around and flat spots his tires, and then you got Dan Park and Seth Cole receiving some damage from the incident. Trey Wright did not have a good stop. Hunter Braxton, though, looking to go from last to first. Win this Carolina 100K. We'll have to see if he can do it and get 2 wins in a row here in the Wawa Pro Series at Charlotte. We're back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Carolina 100K. Hunter Braxton. We're going to go to the last to first challenge here tonight. Good opportunity of doing that after winning last time out at Talladega. Looking for a second straight win here and a second career win on the channel. Zach Winkle has had a great night. Started on the pole and has generally stayed inside the top 5 and has led the most laps so far in this race. Vlad Prescott there in 3rd. Looking for his best finish of the season. Prescott has only pointed 3 times this season, which actually doesn't sound too bad on paper, but he's only got 14 points on the season. Nathan Faden, Trey Wright, Ethan Lewis, Chris Reynolds, Nathan Orman, and Zachary Fitzwater with Noah Clifton. The top 10. Fitzwater is still yet to point in a feature event. He's got an opportunity at doing that here tonight. We'll have to see if that works out for him. Green flag back in the air. Here comes Trey Wright to the inside, and Nathan Faden. That is for the 4th position. Ethan Lewis, Chris Reynolds going to take advantage of that right there. Faden's going to fall back. And look at this. You got Durrani and McShane holding up the field here. They aren't off the pace as much as Logan Williams was at Talladega last time out, but they definitely going to hold these guys up a little bit. You got Nathan Staple in the middle of all this. Jesse Turner as well. It's not been that good of a night for Turner. He's just fallen further back through the field as the night has gone along. Back to the race lead. Hunter Braxton still holds it, but Vlad Prescott is now up to 2nd ahead of Zach Winkle. And a bit of a gap between Winkle and now Ethan Lewis as Winkle goes back to the inside for 2nd. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater in the number 4 machine. This is the Fitzwater we're used to seeing here on the channel. Been a long time since Fitzwater's really had anything going for him, and those 2 points he got in the sprint race last time out at Talladega, so hasn't been that good of a season, but he can turn that right around with a win here tonight, no doubt about it. Just ask Hunter Braxton. He got 25 points last time out at Talladega. More than doubled his amount of points coming into this race, and he's looking to do it again. He's pulling away from the rest of the field, but how about Ethan Lewis? Of course, Ethan Lewis going to be driving in the Haas IndyCar Series this season, looking to defend his Indianapolis 250 title, which is his only career win on the channel as well, by the way. And if you were to have just one win on the channel, that's the one you want. But he's going to go for it again in May, but right now his focus is on trying to get this win, get his 2nd career win. Trying to close up the Prescott there for that 2nd position. Winkle's fallen back to the 4th position. You got Trey Wright, Zachary Fitzwater, Orman, Faden, and then it's a mess behind those guys. It's Faden, Nelson. Now about Will Parrish, still trying to keep the streak alive. There's going to be 7 straight races if he can pull it off here tonight. Looking good for Hunter Braxton, though, on this number 1 machine. They have definitely pulled out to a much larger gap throughout the field than they did that last time out. That last restart, they were all bunched up, but here, a lot more orderly up front at least. Just kind of back around the 9th position where it's all jammed up. You got Will Parrish, Nathan Stapleton trying to get some more points here. How about Ryan Durrani, who went spinning not that long ago, earlier on in the race? He's about to crack the top 10. But the focus really is up front here, as Vlad Prescott has closed up to Hunter Braxton, but it's not going to be an easy task for the 8 to get around the 1. 10 laps to go here in the Carolina 100K. You have Ethan Lewis and Zach Winkle there. Ormond and Fitzwater are battling now, and Nathan Ormond up inside the top 5 as he's right behind Trey Wright. As of right now, at least the last time around, both Noah Clifton and Will Parrish are outside the top 10. Which definitely is going to open up this championship battle, especially for Ormond and Hunter Braxton. They're going to close their ways in if they remain inside the top 10. Fastest lap of the race still, Ethan Lewis, who currently runs 3rd. So it's looking like a pretty good night there for the driver of the number 20, as Trey Wright really lost it through the corner. Ormond got to the inside of him, and Winkle had a good run up top. And Wright's going to fall back a little bit. As for the race lead, Vlad Prescott going to take it away from Hunter Braxton on lap 34. 8 laps to go here at Charlotte. But Ethan Lewis is there as well in number 20. He has been very strong in this race. He's only gone up so far. And he's only got 2 more positions to the highest position on the racetrack. Now going for second. That's what Prescott wants to see here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This guy's going for second. It's going to slow him down. But Lewis wants to make quick work here on Hunter Braxton for this second position. Work that middle lane, but he was unable to hold it. And Braxton's going to hold on to that second position. Here comes Zach Winkle as well, and these 4 cars right on each other here for that top position. Braxton's going to try to get some of the work on the outside lane, heading down the backstretch. But Prescott pulling away in the number 8. You got Ethan Lewis there right behind Hunter Braxton and Zach Winkle. They're all in a line. Prescott a little wide off the corner here. That may open the door for Braxton to close in. This thing is far from over. 6 laps to go in the Carolina 100K. Of course, fuel will not be an issue. Came down about halfway, so we should be good to go. I wouldn't count out either Wright or Fitzwater either. I mean, if something really crazy goes on up top, you know, those guys are right behind looking to strike. Of course, about a second behind the race lead, but a lot can happen in these final 6 laps. Going to be 5 to go next time by. Braxton trying to close in on Prescott, but he may have just used up all his stuff here in this race, and Ethan Lewis is trying to get around it, but he just simply can't do it. Winkle trying to now get around Ethan Lewis for 3rd. And of course, even if they can't get to the race lead, every point matters, and each position right around this area where Braxton, Winkle, and Lewis are battling is worth 3 points. So Braxton currently with 18, Winkle with 15, Lewis with 12, and that's a pretty big swing in terms of this championship, and Winkle's going to get 6 right there. As he got around Ethan Lewis, and he may get around Hunter Braxton right here. It may not be over for Zach Winkle, who started on the pole for this race. And I do believe he still led the most laps so far in this Carolina 100K, but does he have enough time to close in on Vlad Prescott? Ethan Lewis going to actually try to take that away from Winkle. They both got around Braxton. Now Lewis looking to take second away, and they just keep on battling for second. This is exactly what Vlad Prescott wants here in this race. Braxton may even lose some more positions as Fitzwater looks to be closing in. Fitzwater has finally gotten around Trey Wright, and they're still side by side for second. 3 to go for Vlad Prescott at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ethan Lewis, I think, is going to clear right here. So the big question is, will Lewis be able to get to Prescott in 2.5 laps? I think he should be clear on Winkle and Braxton, but it's going to take a lot for him to close up to this 8 machine. But it's definitely possible, and I think he gained quite a bit there off the corner. And, yeah, you can tell he's closing in significantly right there. 2 laps to go for Vlad Prescott. Half a second on Ethan Lewis, and Lewis going to try the outside lane again. And Lewis is getting it to work, I think. I mean, he did lose some ground there, though. And Winkle and Braxton are closing right back in. Came into this race with 14 total points. Looking to more than double that heading into the next race at Richmond. White flag for Vlad Prescott at Charlotte. And somehow Ethan Lewis still managed to close in. This race is far from over even on this final lap. And Lewis taking a much more conservative line than last time, and he may be able to get to him, but I just don't think he's going to have enough time. He doesn't have to worry about Winkle or Braxton anymore. He's really going to have to dive it into this corner to have any opportunity, and it's not going to happen. Off of turn number 4, Vlad Prescott with his first career win. He gets it done in the Carolina 100K at Charlotte. Ethan Lewis with a great second-place run and the bonus point for the fastest lap of the race. Hunter Braxton with a podium. Zach Winkle, Zachary Fitzwater with his first feature points of the season. Nathan Ormond, Brandon Nelson, Trey Wright, Chris Reynolds, Nathan Faden. That is how they're going to line up in the points, as they all wreck coming into the pit lane, but who cares? The race is over. Vlad Prescott, bit of an underdog right there, getting it done here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. That will be 39 total points towards the championship, which would put him 7th, assuming no other changes. But of course, there is a lot more than just Vlad Prescott receiving points in this race, so he'll probably be somewhere around the top 10, but that's how big that win is. Ethan Lewis there was 2nd place and the bonus point for the fastest lap, so he's going to get 19 points towards the championship here tonight. Hunter Braxton, Zach Winkle, Zachary Fitzwater, Nathan Ormond, Brandon Nelson, Trey Wright, Chris Reynolds, and Nathan Faden, all with championship points. Everyone else with a big goose egg here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, including Will Parrish. First race, he has not received any championship points. Noah Clifton, the points leader. Jesse Turner, Seth Cole, top 4 in points, all receiving nothing here tonight. Definitely going to be interesting heading into Richmond next weekend as this championship battle is closed in a little bit more, with Hunter Braxton closing in. Nathan Ormond as well grabbing some more points. Chris Reynolds got a couple there. Nathan Faden as well has also had a pretty solid season. Going to get an extra point right there. It's going to be an interesting battle as the season rolls on. Like I said, the next race is going to be at the Richmond Raceway. I don't know when on earth that's going to be, because we're going to have the IndyCar Series coming up too, and that actually has a set schedule, unlike this series, which, by the way, IndyCar Series, when is this race going to go up? It's not going to be tomorrow night. I believe that the sign-ups are already done for that, so thank you guys so much for all that. The first race is going to be the weekend of the Auto Club race in NASCAR, which is going to be the week after the Daytona 500, which is, assuming this goes up when I think it does, roughly about 2 weeks from now. So you'll probably see Richmond before then. But once we get through Richmond, we'll be halfway through the season, finally, here in the Wawa Pro Series. We started this back in early December. It's taken us a little while to get to this point. But hey, it's been a lot of fun so far, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun as the season rolls along. Congratulations to Vlad Prescott for grabbing the race victory here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we'll have to see how this championship battle plays out. Here are the points for the Wawa Pro Series after 7 races, and we will see you guys next time out at the Richmond Raceway. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. I'll try to do better the next time. I will see you guys later.